Hello and welcome to the Rays Glaze episode 8. Myself and Drew, loyal Rays. Actually, do the Rays fan base have a name?
What would be the name of the Mets fan base?
Actually, let me just say this. And the reason why this is top of mind is I just heard a Pirates fan say Rays the Jolly. Okay.
Oh, I've never heard that.
You never heard that? I've never heard that either. And so I started to wonder if the Rays have any sayings, because I just said Rays loyalist, and I was like, you could probably think of a nickname there. The Rays don't have anything like that, right?
Not that I've ever heard of.
We should start a movement.
I think maybe it'll come once we get a new stadium.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, maybe it will come. All right. So the last time we recorded, the Rays just swept the Mets, which was obviously unheard of at the time. Nobody had swept the Mets.
Started the Mets' demise. We have started their demise.
Started the Mets' demise because they just got swept by the Pirates, which is another conversation. Look, every team is going to go through slumps, but you come home, they got 4 games against the Orioles. They go 2-2. Then they beat the absolute piss out of the Tigers. Lost the series, but that's okay. 14 runs, 8 runs. It's a Rays offense that we just have not seen in recent memory. So
wait, did you say we lost the series to the Tigers?
No, I'm sorry. We lost the finale in the series.
Okay, yeah, still in the series, yeah.
And then the road trip. We've been on the road for 6 games, swept the Royals, and then we just lost the series against the Orioles.
And the Royals was a revenge because remember the Royals, they came to Tampa early in the year and they swept us, and we returned the favor, went to their home and swept them, and all the games were kind of easy wins. Didn't really sweat any of them. Pitching was outstanding there in Kansas City. I mean, part of it is KC has a kind of a putrid offense, but still great road trip for sure. Even though they just lost 2 out of 3, you're still taking 4-2 anytime you go on the road.
Yeah. So I think the Royals, by the way, I just heard this stat. The Royals have lost 7 of the 8 games. They have scored the least amount of runs in Major League Baseball. That's really bad. And they were a very trendy offseason team for a lot of people. I almost jumped in and I got talked out of it from regression from Waka and Lugo, I believe. I think Reagans might be hurt. But anyways, our starting pitching in that series, Drew, was dominant. They won the series 5-1, 3-0, 4-0. I think we had Boz that went. I think we had Bradley that went. I think
Taj had his one bounce back start during that series. So
yeah. And the offense was good enough. I mean, it's not a hitter's park. But we had some guys come through. Josh Lau has been awesome. We'll talk about him in a second.
Yeah.
But the Orioles series. So game 1, we got our ass kicked 22-8, which was unfortunate because they jumped up.
But a very rare way to. I mean, I can't imagine a team's ever lost a game by 14 runs and they're winning at 1.6-0.
Yeah, I think it was it was the largest win margin after trailing by 6 runs. Yeah. So I don't know how it happened. It's kind of unfortunate that it happened. It was just
weird, and I'm not bashing him by any means. In retrospect, I think Cash pulling Pep was a mistake because you burned through the entire bullpen, and the bullpen got lit the fuck up. Because I think it was in the 2nd or 3rd inning, maybe the 2nd inning, when he took Pep out of the game. He had a very quick hook with him because it was 6-0 going into the 2nd inning, and then all of a sudden Pepio completely forgot how to pitch. And he gave up several runs, and he got him out of the game really fast. And unfortunately, it didn't work out because the bullpen just got lit up the rest of the night. I think that would have been a good learning moment. Just keep Pep in the game. If he gives up 5, 6, even 7 runs, whatever, don't destroy your bullpen for the weekend. Because the Orioles, even after their starter that game gave up 6 runs, they kept him in the game. I think he ended up going 5, 6 innings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like it's something that's really. I get maybe pulling Taj, but Pepe has been so good lately that it's okay for him to. Yeah, he can get his nuts smashed in every now and then. I think that's good long term for a pitcher. But again, I guess the takeaway there is the Rays still scoring 8 runs. Again, like the pitching for the Rays has been there. It's been great. It's not going to be every single night. It's a long season, but to see the Rays offense be consistent, like even in a loss, gives me a lot of hope. So the bats show up. Aranda has been incredible. And then this is what I love about the Rays. So they give revenge to the Royals after they get swept at home. They go to Kansas City. They sweep the shit out of them. Then they give it right back to the Orioles. So you get their ass kicked 22-8. Then they turn around and deliver the ass kicking, and they beat them 11-3. And they get all over Eflin. All over. Run him out of the game.
I was a little worried about this potentially like being a series that we get swept in just because of, a little bit of a long road trip, ugly game 1 loss. Maybe the team's just ready to get home. So I thought that was a huge bounce back win Saturday.
Agreed.
It was huge to just get one win out of that series.
Yep. Not to mention, I mean, you said it. It's fucking hot.
Yeah.
Then what do you think of game 3? So game 3, the Rays lose 5-1. Taj Bradley. Here's the problem. I hate when you just see a team like the Orioles, and we saw them for 4 games, like 2 series ago. So I'm not like, yes, we lost 22-8 and 5-1. Just because of the fact that we just saw the Orioles, I'm not putting too much stock at all into these losses. Are
Well,
you?
we were due to. When is the last time we lost a series? Because when we played the Orioles last, we split the series. So
Red Sox.
how far back is that going?
Well, that was before the Mets.
Okay, so you're going back 2+ weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we were due to lose a series, honestly. So I'm fine with it. The offense had a bad day yesterday. I can't think of the last time that the Rays offense really had a really down day. It's fine, whatever. Last game of a road trip. Get ready. Got to take care of business against the A's with the 3 coming up because the schedule's about to get real tough before the All-Star break.
Yep. I'm looking now that you said that. The Red Sox were the only series that the Rays had lost in the month of June. And then to end May, they lost. No, I'm sorry. They split with Houston. Dude, I mean, you go way back.
The Marlins, right?
The Marlins.
That was like in mid-May. So since mid-May, we've lost 2 series. So for that 6-week stretch, we've lost 2 series. And both those series we lost, we didn't get swept. It was just, 2 out of 3. That's going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, the team's been on an incredible run the past 6 weeks. It's not sustainable long-term. They're going to probably come back to earth a little bit.
Right.
A little bit worried about this long road trip we're about to go on before the All-Star break, which we can get into. But starting first and foremost, we got 3 games against the A's that we have to take care of. I mean, minimum, you got to take 2 out of 3 coming up. I am a little worried about the revenge factor, though. Because I don't know if you're aware of this, 2 of the 3 guys pitching for the Athletics were on the Rays last year.
Well, I am aware of Jeffrey Springs, who's on the Rays, and he's set to go tomorrow against Boz. Who's the other guy? Mitch Spence?
No, the guy pitching tonight, Jacob Lopez, is it?
Lopez?
Yeah,
oh,
so
shit.
He kind of split time with the Rays last year between AAA and the big club. He was mostly in AAA, though. And he was a part of the trade where the Rays sent him and Jeffrey Springs in return for Joe Boyle, which we can get into Joe Boyle. I want to talk about him a little bit. So I am a little worried about the revenge factor, probably more so for tonight than Jeffrey Springs, just because we never really gave this Jacob Lopez guy a shot. So I think he's going to want to show out tonight. And we're just getting back from a long road trip. Those first games back after a long road trip, you can have tired legs a little bit. Yep. But yeah, no excuses. Got to take care of business. I don't care which way it comes, whether it's lose tonight, win the next 2. Minimum, got to take 2 out of 3 of the series.
So, man, it's. I hate that you just said that because when I did the board review this morning, I looked at this line, and Rasmussen has been so good. I was a little nervous at this line. The Rays are only like minus 165 today, and the Rays get a lot of line respect. Rasmussen gets a lot of line respect. I was a little shocked to see that so short. And then I noticed this guy going for the A's is a lefty, and we fucking suck against lefties. So I'd seen the name before. I really was not familiar with him at all.
He's like I said, he spent most of last year in AAA. He was probably up, I don't know, not a ton. So I wouldn't expect you to know it. So yeah, he did come from the organization, and the Rays never really gave him a chance to start. So yeah, he could be a little extra motivated tonight. And like you mentioned, we struggle against lefties, and he's pitched well. He's pitched better than Jeffrey Springs has.
That's what I want to tell you, Drew. Do you have any idea how well he's been pitching?
His ERAs, I think when I looked, it was like around 3.6 or something, right?
Well, that must mean because he had a pretty rough start. But since then, oh no, he had 1 bad game against Minnesota on June 3rd. But he's had 4 starts since then. Against Minnesota, he 5 hits, 5 earned runs. How many earned runs total do you think he's given up in the last 4 games? Total.
So not counting that bad game that he had.
Not counting that one. No. Nope. And these are the teams, by the way. These are the teams. The Orioles, the Royals, well, they're not very good. The Astros and the Tigers.
Okay, so you got 3 very good offenses there. I mean, if he gave up anything less than 9 runs, that's impressive.
True. 1 earned run in the last 4 games. This is how good this guy has been pitching. 9 strikeouts, 6 strikeouts. And he's going deep too. 6 innings, 7 innings.
They're going to need him to go deep because I think the A's got beat up yesterday in the Bronx. And I think they used a lot of bullpen. So, yeah, they're going to need him to go.
They got down early. So they probably didn't use their top guys.
Yeah, but whatever.
But
they're 20 games under 500. Rays got to take care of business. They lose tonight, I don't care. Win the next 2. Just win 2 out of 3. Doesn't matter which order it comes.
Okay, but all I'm saying is you might be onto something about tonight with this Jacob Lopez guy. Or no, is it Lopez or Wilson? Yeah, Lopez. So that terrifies me, a revenge game. So you think Raz is going to continue to pitch well?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to get your standard Raz performance, 5 innings, probably 2 or 1 runs. I like that the Rays are not pushing him. They're pushing every other starter this season, but they're being reserved with him. The guy's had 3 elbow surgeries, so it's kind of a minor miracle that he's still a starting pitcher. I thought when he was coming back this year, he was definitely going to be in the bullpen. Obviously, it's been a good decision having him start, but the Rays are being careful with him. His last start, a lot of people were complaining on Twitter because he got pulled after 5 innings. I think his pitch count was like 62. But obviously, they have a long-term game plan. You want the guy healthy all season, so just keep following it. It's working.
So let's talk about the pitchers for a second. Littell has been awesome.
I was just looking at most innings pitched in all of Major League Baseball. I think he was 7th.
Wow, that's incredible. Good for him. He's just been an absolute grinder, and he was the lone win starting pitcher for the win in Baltimore.
Went 7 innings. It was huge that he went 7 innings. That's the day after Pep got pulled in the 2nd inning. Mm-hmm. So it's huge for him to come in and give the bullpen essentially a day off.
So you want to talk about Joe Boyle, because I'd love to talk about Joe Boyle. He's been we follow probably some of the same Twitter accounts for the Rays fans. This guy Jake, I don't know what else he goes by, Ryan Bass, Tompkin, right? Is that the other guy?
Yeah, Mark Tompkin, yeah.
And I don't know who exactly is tweeting the updates from people in the minor leagues, but all I see Joe Boyle do is just fucking dominate.
Yeah, if I would be more like, okay, give Taj the leeway. He could be a number 5 starter if he struggles, whatever. He's got to learn. But the Rays, at some point, they're going to have to make a difficult decision, because this Joe Boyle guy, what else do you want him to do? Somebody gave a rundown of his rankings in AAA. He's like first in everything. First in innings pitch, first in Ks, first in ERA. His ERA in AAA is like 1. I mean, this is not like a guy who has never pitched in MLB before. He was a starter for the A's last year. So He is knocking on the door. Maybe you come up with the Phantom Taj IL stint before the All-Star break. Oh, his arm's a little sore. Give him a little break. Let's give Joe Boyle 2-3 starts before the All-Star game. I mean, the guy does deserve it. And he started 1 game for us this season and was outstanding.
No hitter through 5, right?
Yeah. We gotta see this guy.
And just to be clear, just so people know, if whether a Rays fan or not a Rays fan, as much as we loved, I'm not out on Taj Bradley, but it you would say, like, it's kind of clear cut. He's the guy that if Joe Boyle comes up, like,
well, it's between him and Shane Baz, because Baz was struggling for a bit, but Baz's last several starts have been very good.
Yeah, he has.
So I think you stick with Baz. I'm sure if the Rays could select a way to do it, they would probably prefer Baz to be struggling over Taj, because then you could put Baz in the bullpen, because he has more of the stuff to be a bullpen guy than Taj. Well,
I told you that stat where the 3rd time through the order, Shane Baz's ERA was in the 9s.
Right, but the first 2 times through the order, it's got to be very, very low. He's pretty lights out the first 3-4 innings.
And Taj was kind of the opposite. He was having a brutal first innings, like 25 plus pitches, giving up a run or 2, and then he would settle down through like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning, which is pretty interesting. So I'm with you, dude. The A's, they're not going to be easy. Like, I know they're not a great team, but they still kind of they've got guys in their lineup.
Yeah,
Soderstrom, Rooker. So I'm a little bit nervous today. The total's 8. I like the under, but it opened 9. It's been bet down a full run, so maybe somebody knows something.
I think Pep goes Wednesday, right?
So Pep goes Wednesday. It's a noon game, 12 o'clock. That's against Mitch Spence.
I love Pep. I love a stat game to look ahead, because I think Pep, he's the type of guy. He's probably one of our most fiery players in the entire lineup with showing emotion. I think he's going to be eager to get back out there. And that's going to be probably the A's last game before they head back home after, they were just in New York, and then they're going to be playing in Tampa at noon on a Wednesday when it's 110 degrees. They're going to be wanting to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. By the way, Mitch Spence pitched the game 1 against the New York Yankees, and he pitched really well. The Yankees only won that game 3-0. Let's look at something real quick. Speaking on that, that's a very, very good thing. That's a good mental note to make for Ryan Pepiot coming out for a revenge game. I'm just curious, Drew, when is the last time Pep got blown up? So that
game, like April.
Yeah, because even his worst games in May, he went 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs against the Astros and the Blue Jays. You take
That's
that.
his worst game. That's a pretty good game.
Yep. Yeah, you have to go back to April. Boston. Boston, 9 hits, 6 innings, 6 earned runs. And then he followed it up going 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned against the Yankees, 7 Ks. So yeah, you take that. Okay. Is in terms of the lineup in the offense, are you pretty pleased with what you've been seeing from anybody? I told you, Tyus, the catcher, hit a fucking triple the other day,
Yeah.
which was hilarious to see. But
well, I mean, you're almost a little concerned because it's been so good. It's been so good that guys are gonna have to start coming. I mean, Yandy's stats, I have them in front of me for the month of June, are insane. Yandy was just batting like 245 a few weeks ago. His average is almost 300 now.
oh my God.
Look at it. He's batting like 291. And he has 13 home runs. I mean, usually Yandy in an entire season hits 15, 16 home runs. He almost has his yearly total in homers already. Brandon Lau has been outstanding. When can you remember Brandon Lau hitting 275?
Oh, dude.
Even when Brandon Lau is going good, he's like a 245, 248, 250 guy. He's hitting 275.
Yep, and he had the lone run.
He had a solo home run yesterday.
Solo home run, and I believe that extended his hit streak to 16 games. Does that sound right?
Yeah. And Junior Caminero, I mean, outside of just consistently hitting into the most double plays in all of Major League Baseball, he has been outstanding.
Yeah.
He has been everything that advertised and better. I thought I was a little nervous going into the season about his high expectations. He's a 21-year-old kid. Let's be realistic, But, I mean, it's insane. I mean, really, it's crazy the numbers he's putting up. In his first full season in MLB as a 21-year-old, he's on pace to have 100 RBIs.
And would you say his defense has been better than expected?
Because it's definitely been at least average, if not above average. So everything about him outside of and the reason why he's hitting into so many double plays is he hits the ball so hard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what are you going to do?
Quick, right?
Yeah. What are you going to say? Don't hit the ball hard, So
right.
you got to take the good with the bad. But yeah, the top, especially like the top 4 or 5 bats in the lineup have been so outstanding. Every guy, Aranda. He's like doesn't get talked about. Somehow he wasn't voted into the All-Star game. He is hitting 325 and not voted into the All-Star game. It's a joke. I mean, Brandon Lau's the best second baseman in the AL, in my opinion. He should have been voted in.
Yeah.
So a lot of snubs. But listen, you want all that stuff to keep coming on the shoulders of the Rays. So they got more motivation to make a run because, they're always the forgotten about team.
So how do you feel, by the way, you mentioned this. I just want to bring it up on the show. The offense really turned around when Josh Lau came back.
Yep.
And he's been
awesome. He's starting to hit better too.
Is he? Yeah, he's hitting 269. He was kind of like a little iffy when he came back, but the offense started to click for whatever reason. He's been great. He looks very confident at the plate. I watched a bit of this series and his at bats, and he looked really good. He had a ball where he didn't even like swing through it. He just kind of like half-assed it, but it made great contact. It was an off the wall single. I don't know if you saw that, but
I missed that one. But yeah,
he's just like accidentally fucking swinging, and it still makes great contact. But anyways, Josh Lau leading off. I don't think we expected Josh Lau to be the leadoff.
No, usually Yandy was always the leadoff guy.
Yeah.
But I think they moved Yandy down a little bit just because his power's been it's made it a surprise surge. So I think it makes more sense getting up to 3 or 4.
Simpson being back in the lineup has been pretty fun. I mean, he's hitting the ball well. He's getting on base. He's a menace, which is great. How do you feel? Mangum's been awesome.
Mangum's been unbelievable. I saw a stat. I can't remember the Twitter account, but it was best batting average when men are in scoring position. Mangum's by far number 1 in MLB. He's hitting like 450.
Yep.
When runners are in scoring position. So he's been clutch. He's a pain in the ass on the bases. He's a pain in the ass to get out. I mean, the guy's awesome.
Yeah, he really is. He's just a fucking ball player. SEC all-time hits leader for anybody who didn't know.
He's getting his first chance at 29 years old.
Crazy. Taylor Walls. Speaking of things we've seen on Twitter for stats about the Rays, 17 runs prevented, which is the most out of any defensive player in baseball.
I think what's even more impressive for Taylor Walls is he has 27 RBIs on the season. He's on pace for 54 RBIs. I mean,
he's finally coming in the clutch because remember, we've talked about it so many times dating back last year. He's only hitting 211, but for whatever reason, Taylor Walls, I mean, this guy was batting like 100 at one point. When he's up at the plate, there's always 1 or 2 runners on, and he never does dick. He doesn't even get a sac fly when you need it.
It's changed.
Now all he's doing is sac flies.
Well, speaking of him, a lot of people were expecting Ha-Seong Kim to be back today, and he's not. Tompkin tweeted that he's not being activated today. I don't know what the fuck is taking so long. I mean, this guy has been rehabbing now. I think he went to Durham to start rehabbing at the end of May. So we're looking at a full month. I mean, when we originally got this guy, the talk was, okay, he should be back by early May. So he ain't going to be back until 4th of July at best now because, I don't know what is taking so long.
Yeah, that's not good. It's not good.
Okay. Who would you remove from the lineup? Because since the lineup's going so well, I think your realistic choices with Misner being sent away would be Taylor Walls, which I don't think it's going to be him. Cabby, I don't think it's going to be him. Morel or Mead. I think it will be Morel or Mead.
So Mead's also been a little bit better. He's batting .236, which is really impressive. For whatever his on base percentage is higher than Brandon Lowe's, which is crazy. I don't know what to do. I don't get paid to make these decisions clearly, and I really don't envy the people that do because also you got what's up with Palacios?
Palacios, he evidently re-aggravated his knee, so he's going to be another few weeks.
Okay, well,
but that one I'm not as stressed out about because I don't even know who he would replace. Honestly,
exactly.
So like him, I would say just don't even bother even looking at bringing him back until after the All-Star break because then it gets really confusing. So and then DeLuca is rehabbing too, so that's going to be another guy that you have to figure a roster spot for potentially. So I think the Rays are going to try to hold on. I think what makes sense is you send Mead down because he has options to go back to Durham. I don't think Morel does. And then hopefully you could find a trade partner for Morel because the guy, he just doesn't have a spot on the team. He's barely playing. In his defense, he's not playing well when he does play, but he's also barely playing. Yeah. So I think they just need to find a new home for him.
What could you get for Morel?
I think you can maybe get a relief pitcher. Like I'm not saying like a high end one, but a guy who can maybe eat innings. And I was going to ask you, what do the Rays need? I think we need a little bullpen help, which is a little surprising. Sure. Because typically every single year it's like bullpen's great. We need help in the field. We need help, maybe with another starter. But right now I feel like the bullpen, not that they have performed badly, but I am getting a little concerned about their depth with Manny Rodriguez still not back. You do worry, after Pete Fairbanks, who do you feel super confident in? Because Edwin Uceda has been very up and down.
Yes.
Mason Montgomery, the Rays must love this guy's stuff because they keep trotting him out there. But his ERA is like getting close to 6 at this point.
Yeah.
Clevenger's been good.
I will admit, I love watching Mason Montgomery. Like when Mason Montgomery throws good pitches.
I think that's why he pitches so much because he's fun to watch, but the results have not been great.
I know. I don't know what it is, man. Guys can just see his shit really well, but when I'm watching him as a spectator, I'm like, damn, this guy's got it. But I felt that way about Meisner too, and apparently he shit the bed. But yeah, I don't know. I'm with you. I mean, I'm trying to think who's Orze, the guy they just got.
Decent. He's been decent, yeah.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. What do you think is going to happen with Hunter Biggie?
They said supposedly he'll be back this year.
He'll be fine. Okay.
He's got some facial fractures, but they said supposedly he's going to be looking to come back. So no rush on that one.
Okay. Well, Drew, as of right now, the Rays are second in the AL East. They are 1.5 games back of the Yankees. So the Yankees are 48-35.
The Yankees are playing the Blue Jays this week.
Yep. Big series. I guess we're Blue Jays fans there, right? We want to kind of both to beat each other up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as we take care of our business, because obviously if we don't take care of our business and the Blue Jays take care of business against the Yankees, they'll be in second place.
Sure. Yeah. So it's like, would you rather have the Yankees beat up the Blue Jays and give yourself a bigger lead in second place? Or do you want the top guy down? So then it's like,
I want the Blue Jays to beat them because I think we should be gunning for first place and we should be taking care of the Athletics. If we're going to be where we want to be,
right.
You got to take care. And also, like I said, the road is about to get difficult. We got 3 series, I think, after this, all on the road before the All-Star break. It's at Minnesota, right, this weekend?
I will go through it real quick for you right now and then give me your thoughts. Yes. So starting Friday, they go to Minnesota. Then they go, no days off. They go to Detroit. And then from Detroit, no days off, they go to Boston. So
that's going to be tough.
Thursday off, and then they play 9 straight road games.
Yeah. If they go 4-5, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah, because, I mean, the Twins have been playing like shit. They're going to go against Bailey O'Bear, Chris Paddock, a little Joe Ryan revenge, which is unfortunate. Detroit is going to be Detroit revenge. They're probably going to fuck us up. Boston, 4 games in Boston is going to be big.
Oh, so it's 4 games in Boston. Okay, so it's actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I said 9.
Yeah, it's 10. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, listen, if they went 4-6, I probably wouldn't have bitched. Provided we take care of business against the A's. Provided we take 2 out of 3 against the A's, I probably wouldn't bitch because the team's been so good on the road. But listen, the American League, there's only 6 teams above 500 in the American League right now. So I would like to see the Rays be a little aggressive at the trade deadline. I don't know how realistic that is with a change in ownership coming. But I don't know how much more wide open we're going to see the American League than it is this season. There's no teams that truly put the fear in your heart where you go, oh, you know what, the Rays, they got no chance. Like, honestly, who in a 7 or 5 game series could the Rays play in the AL and you'd be like, oh, we got no chance against these guys? I don't feel that way against anybody.
No, especially after what we just saw them do to the Tigers.
Yeah. So I really hope that.
Honestly, the fucking Orioles piss me off the most. Like, they have our number.
Yeah. Well, but we shouldn't have to worry about them, though. They're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
that's why people are like, oh, well, you got to move Zach Littell because he's a free agent after the season. And, I get that logic. That's old school Rays logic thinking. But no, fuck that. Why are we going to get rid of our most reliable starting pitcher for what, a guy in Double-A who might help us in 3 or 4 years? This may be our only chance. Who the fuck knows what the future is going to bring with new ownership and whatnot? Like, let's keep the guy who's pumping out innings for us. Let's not get rid of him.
What do you want them to do in the trade deadline?
I would like to see them pick up. My number one need would be like a nice bullpen arm,
like a fucking Jason Adam.
Yeah, honestly, something like that. I mean, that would be the one thing that I would say we're lacking. What would you say? Because
I agree. I agree, Drew. When we have dominant pitching, and our pitchers are deeper, which is great. They're going 6 innings. Sometimes fucking didn't Boz the other day go 7 or 8? No, he went 8. They almost wanted him to go the complete game. It was unbelievable. Littell's been grinding out 7 innings. I will admit, you're absolutely right. In the 7th and 8th inning, when we have different guys come in, even Mason, as much as I love watching Mason Montgomery throw a baseball, I feel less confident than I have in a long time for the Rays bullpen. And then when Pete comes in, thankfully, Pete, knock on wood,
he's been great.
Has been awesome.
I think he's blown 2 saves the entire season.
You're absolutely right. It's the starter to the closer where I feel less like put it this way. When we have a 5-1 lead and a guy from the bullpen comes in and it's like a quick single, on the first, second pitch, I immediately feel uncomfortable. That shouldn't happen with the Rays.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because like when it comes from like a batting standpoint, I don't even know what we would be looking for.
No, I don't. Yeah. I mean, we have too many bats.
Yeah, because like my biggest concern going into the season was I was telling you we don't have any power, but I've been proven wrong. I mean, Yandy Diaz has got 13 home runs. What does Junior have? 17, 18?
I don't know, but what I wanted to tell you, I think I mentioned, I was like, oh, I'm gonna tell you something interesting when we get on stream that you probably wouldn't know about that the Rays fit into this category. Right now, teams in the AL with 400 or more runs, there's 3 of them. 1, the Detroit Tigers with 424. 2, the New York Yankees with 422. Right after that are the Rays, 403. Isn't that crazy? 3rd best offense in the AL. It's crazy.
That is crazy. I mean,
Red Sox are close behind, but still.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it, Yanni's 13 home runs. Junior has 20 home runs. Junior can end up hitting 40 home runs as a 21-year-old. He could end up having 40 home runs and 100 RBIs as a 21-year-old. How insane is that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Brandon Lau's got 18 bombs. Aranda's got 10 bombs. I mean, Danny Jensen has 8, but how many home runs could he have had? How many home runs? I mean, Danny Jensen could easily have 12, 13 home runs. Easily.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. At least. So the other thing, too, with the Rays going on this long road trip, 10 games, and they're going to be on the road for a while after that. As of right now, in baseball, they have the best road record. And again, it's not particularly close. I mean, they are, I'm sorry, it is closer. I thought there were 8 games over 500. They're 6 games over 500 because they just lost 2 in Baltimore. And then the next best are the Yankees and the Tigers. So
the only thing that's nice is that breaks up the crazy road that they're going on is the All-Star break. So they will have, 5-6 days with not doing nothing, then going back on the road. So that helps a little bit. But yeah, there's no doubt it was key that they had that great June, because you got to imagine July and the first part of August could be a little rough, but they give themselves some wiggle room being 10 games above 500 where, if you have an average July, it shouldn't be the end of the world.
Yep. All right. Let's take 2 or 3 before we leave. Least confident game the Rays win in this series with the A's. It sounds like it's Jeff Springs,
Tonight.
or is it this guy tonight?
Tonight. I'm not worried about Jeffrey Springs.
You're not worried about Springs?
No, I'm not.
Oh, because that's the Pepe at revenge game or bounce back game? I'm sorry.
No, Pep is Wednesday.
So what? You're just not worried about Springs at all. Like you just don't think he's going to.
I just don't think he's pitched that great this season.
Okay.
I'm not scared of him. I'm more scared about going against the guy where he's going against the franchise that never really gave him a chance. We gave Jeffrey Springs a chance. We gave Jeffrey Springs a contract that he's enjoying right now. Rays treated him well. So I'm more concerned about going against a guy where we never really gave him a chance on the big league club.
Got it. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning into the Rays Glaze. Drew, I'll check you later. Let's go 2-1 against the A's. Let's go. What did you say for? Well, now that you know it's a 10-game road trip, are you going to ask for 5-5?
Well, I would love 6-4, but I'm just saying if worst case scenario they went 4-6, I don't think I would bitch that much.
Sure. Okay. I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. All right, Drew. Thanks for listening. We'll check you guys in a week or two. Have a great 4th of July.